You'll find in our big ideas, so that's at arc-invest.com, the building blocks for our price forecast. And our base case is in the $600,000 range. Our bull case, and we think the probability of the bull case has increased with this SEC approval. This is a green light. Our bull case is $1.5 million by 2030. You can see the building blocks. You can see how conservative we are in terms of those building blocks. This is a big idea. It is the first global, decentralized, digital, rules-based, critical there, rules-based monetary system in history.
There you have it with Cathie Wood from ARK Invest. She's giving you her base case and bull case over the next 5 years. What do you think? We also got an excerpt from Jim Cramer that's giving you his take on what's coming. Now, we know the inverse Cramer rule, so, take it for whatever you perceive it to, but check out what he has to say really quick.
In the end, I'm saying it's a win because the people want it. I mean, I've got access to more retail investors than most people because I speak to them every day. Yep. Everyone wanted this because people didn't want to be in a situation where they had their money in some bank that just disappeared overnight.
Cathie Wood's on Squawk a few moments ago saying her base case for 2030 is $600K. And the bull case is $1.5 million.
Well, I mean, look, I wish I could get away with saying that stuff. I was once investigated on air because I said that Google was too low at 88. And they called me in and said, what, are you kidding? Of course, they did a 10-for-1 split, so it was really 8. It was a pretty good call by me. So I think you can always say that people are promotional. But I would say this. There is an odd love affair with something that flew in the face of what Jamie Dimon said, who's the most respected banker in America, and what the late Charlie Munger said. So the opponents of this, I think, were now being viewed as fuddy-duddies.
So there you have it from Jim Cramer saying the opponents of what Jamie Dimon and the late Charlie Munger is funny-duddies. Not really buying into the $1.5 million bull case for Cathie Wood, but, when he's not for it, then it's a good chance it can happen. Then an update from Tech Dev. Look at the 6-month Heikin-Ashi candles. 3 identical formations as before, all candle bodies above prior all-time highs. So this is the 6-month candle bodies. Each one of these candles represents 6 months. 2 candles represents 1 year. So every time you see a prior all-time high peak, you have these 1, 2, 3 red candles, and then a blast up. Then you have a peak, 1, 2, 3, then a blast up. So the next 18 months to 24 months, as you see right here, could get extremely, extremely bullish. Are we going to see $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 Bitcoin price target? That could definitely be what's in the cards. Another update from Tech Dev. He's showing you the 2-month OBV is at new all-time highs. And every single time, what happens after it passes this previous peak? Every single time we see that we were hit right here, and within 10 months we've seen that new all-time high. Right here, we look up, we see 6 months we hit that new all-time high and cycle peak. So right now, look right here, we're not even quite back up here. Are we going to see this in the upcoming months, and how many months will it be? Will it be within that 6 to 10 month window? You be the judge. And then Matthew Hyland is showing you what he thinks is happening for the Bitcoin dominance. He's showing this triple top pattern, and this is definitely bearish. And where is technical target for this? Well, let me map this out for you. If we zoom into the price action, tell you what we see. We see that we have from this peak to this bottom, we already pulled this down to the trough, but looking here from peak to bottom, and then you got to have the breakout at the neckline, the breakdown at the neckline, and this could take us all the way down to 47%. So you're talking about 5 percentage points. And look at the RSI is putting it in higher lows and lower lows. The trend's definitely going down. So the trend's your friend to the end. So this is going to continue to put it in higher lows and lower lows. And once this breakdown does happen, alts could definitely have a major rally. So definitely agree with what Matthew Hyland's saying here. And then taking a look at the total 3 crypto market capitalization, this still looks bullish. And as you see, this is a bullish megaphone as far as the RSI goes. We just been stair-stepping our way up, putting in higher highs and higher lows. And look, right now we're in overbought territory. So could we have a cool-off phase where we come back down before ultimately having that blast off and a continuation to the upside? And where would this mean if we do get that cool-off phase, how much lower we would go? It not necessarily has to go back down to this lower level, this lower support line right here. That doesn't necessarily have to happen, but if it does, we still could come all the way down to 374 and 374 billion and still put in a higher low before having that bump and run continuation pattern. As you see, that would be a meltdown prior to that Bitcoin halving. So you just have to be prepared for either scenario. This could play out in this fashion. This could come up, come down a little bit, and then play out. We don't have to come down that low. There's a lot of different scenarios, but either way you cut the cloth, it definitely looks bullish over the next year or two. And then looking at the total 3 minus USDT divided by Bitcoin. What do we see? What do we anticipate? So looking at the RSI, we see that we've just been stair-stepping our way up, putting in higher highs and higher lows, and this could continue. This is bullish for alts. And we came down into this wedge pattern and been hitting our head. We actually had this breakout right here. The apex is way down here. So we had a breakout, maybe premature. So could we come back down into this potentially before we had that ultimate blast off? If we come back down, that would be a huge double bottom pattern. And where would this take us to from the technical target? If we take this technical target up to here and pull down to where that leg, that neckline would be, this would take us up to roughly the 65 range, which is coincidentally the resistance, the major resistance level right here. So this could be a blast off for altcoins, and then this is when you want to sell your alts, probably take some profits off the table because you see this major level of resistance right here. You gotta look back and to the left on the charts because you got to see where the confluence levels are. If we extend this here, we see there's a lot of confluence in that range. If we just mark some off, you see we came up and we retested it right here once. We had a fake out right here. We had another test here. We had a test here, a breakdown, then a breakup. Then we had another test here before we fell down with very, very sharp momentum. You see what happened in a short amount of time. We fell off a cliff. That was a massive Bitcoin rally right here. When this moves to the upside, that's when alts rally. So could we see an alt rally before you should diversify back into Bitcoin? Most definitely, but you have to be patient and you just have to sit on your hands sometimes just to wait and see what the charts give you. All in all, looks bullish. We could have this breakout. This could come back down and retest this, have a continuation. We could fall back down, trade a little sideways before breaking out. But the RSI still is working its way up until we see a major trend change. Right now, all is bullish. And with that, I'm Sean with the Bitcoin Bros. You guys like this content, go ahead and smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and show us some love. We appreciate the support. With that, that's all I have for you today, and I'm out.